students. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how you have done in your formative task on writing the theme and summary. Since uh, we were not able to meet in class, I'm sharing this feedback through this video. Please make sure that you watch this closely and understand what exactly was expected from you in terms of writing the summary and the theme in 70 words. So if you will see the first box in orangish color, you will notice that I want you to read through this theme and understand whether it captures the outline of the story. As I had told you that the theme and the summary are two different things. Summary captures the outline, a brief overview of what the story is about, whereas theme captures the main idea, the message that a story conveys. So in the first box, if you see, this graphic novel tells the story of Helene, a young girl whose whole childhood friends have started commenting on her. Do you think it was commenting that her childhood friends did to Helene, or was it more related to mocking? Commenting is something that we always do, right? Commenting could have a positive and a negative meaning, whereas mocking necessarily has a negative meaning. So, do you think it would be appropriate for the student to have written commenting? That's what you need to think about. Please be careful in terms of using your words. Okay? She likes to read and talks about the book she's currently reading, with the main character being Jane. Now, this is a fabulous line because the first sentence captures what this book is about and her relationship with the characters, the secondary characters who occupy the major part of the novel. Later on, this student goes on to talking about how she finds this book and talks more about it. Then the student goes on to talking about on a camp trip that she dreads, an encounter with a fox leads Geraldine to become her best friend. That's exactly what happens in the end. This lets her to open up and be more confident. So, I think in 70 words, the essence of the story or what the story is about has been covered beautifully. She has introduced what the character is, who that character is, what problem she faces, who are the secondary character that she interacts with, and what happens in the end. So, in a summary, your focus should always be on who, what, where, and how. The how part should also capture the end as to what happens in the end. Okay, take a look at another summary that I have given you in blue bubble. Helene is a girl and she goes to school. Well, there are two. In terms of Helene is a girl, we know that she's a girl and she goes to school. Instead of having written goes to school, it could have been shortened in a way that we get to see that Helene is the central character who is a teenaged girl studying in a school, and where. So the setting has not been described here. Then the student mentions over there she gets bullied about her weight. After some time, she goes on a field trip to a lake. Over there, they set up camp. There are 4 types of groups formed to stay in tents: the snobs, the nerds, the misfits, and the outcasts. Over there, she finds a fox, but then the fox is driven away from Helene when her tent mate finds her. After that incident, a girl from the snob's tent came and became friends with Helene, her first ever friend in the whole school. After that, her life starts going uphill when she has more friends and best friends. Now, do you see any problem in this summary in comparison to the one that we just read before it? Here, the student has firstly exceeded the word limit of 70 words. Could the student have done something to this summary to have written it in the prescribed word limit only, which is 70 words? Yes. The answer is yes. What other problem do you see? Can you see how many times the student mentions over there, over there? Don't you think it is unnecessary repetition? If you were given an unlimited word limit, you could have chosen to use these words repeatedly. But when you're writing the summary in a given limited word limit, you should avoid these repetitions. All right? Also, think about the fact whether this information on 4 types of outcasts was necessary or not. When you're writing the summary, please understand that you give the gist of the story and not the details. This is the detail that the student could have easily avoided and rather have focused what happens in the story and what happens in the end. Also, the fact the most important information about who this friend is that Helene gets to befriend in the end is also not given. So the name of the character who befriends Helene in the end is also not given. So will you consider this as a complete summary? I don't think so. Also, in the end, the student mentions, if you see, the student mentions that she makes more friends and best friends. Do you really get to read about that in the end? Or the novel just ends with Helene feeling happy to have befriended Geraldine? Please avoid giving unnecessary details that are not true. When you are giving the summary, you cannot make your own assumptions. We never ever in the story get to realize or get to find out whether she has been able to make more friends or not. It is only that she becomes friends with Geraldine and she feels happy afterwards that we get to see in the novel. So, from this summary, there are 3-4 things that you need to keep in mind. Firstly, when you are given a limited word limit, please make sure that you're not repeating certain phrases that are unnecessary. Give only the information of what, where, why, and how without getting into the details such as this one, the one highlighted in green. Also gives specific names of the characters that are crucial in the story. And avoid making unnecessary assumptions or giving untruthful details or your untruthful details that are not specified in the novel. So the question is, how could this summary in Blue Bubble be written in a different way and a more appropriate way? That's the time. This is the time when we should look at the third summary, which takes on a lot of information from the blue summary but modifies it. You need to ask yourself whether this does justice to the story and does justice to the outline and the overview that this summary provides. Let's read it. Helene is a teenage school-going girl. So look how using teenage school-going phrases, I have captured the main characteristics of the girl, of the central character. I have told you that she's a teenage and that she's a school-going girl. Just by writing school-going girl, I'm avoiding another phrase, she goes to school. After that, I uses comma and says who is often bullied by her friends. So I am focusing on the main key term here, which happens a lot. So instead of writing commenting, I have written bullied. Helene is a teenage school-going girl who is often bullied by her classmates for her weight and looks. Can you see how specific details I provide? that she is being bullied specifically for her weight and looks. This, and because of this bullying, it prevents her from sharing her feelings. She finds refuge in the novel Jane Eyre. So, the novel that she becomes obsessed with, that becomes her own sole companion throughout the novel. I have mentioned the title of the novel as well. This is a very relevant information that you should not miss out when you're writing the summary. So the learning from here should be to focus on the specific details that are important to a story and mention them in your summary. The story is about how she is able to open herself up and gain confidence in herself after a school trip where she becomes happy to encounter a fox and befriend one of her classmates. So you see, in just 70 words, I have been able to capture, or the student has been able to capture all the necessary details, keeping the overview of the story intact. It has mentioned why she is bullied, what happens because of that, how Jane Eyre is related to the character, how on a school trip, so how on a school trip she becomes happy on encountering a fox, and which leads to befriending one of her classmates, Geraldine. The only information that is missing from here is the mention of the reference to the reference to Geraldine. That is the only information that is missing from this summary, which could have easily been included. Yes, so I hope this video helps you understand what exactly is expected from you when it comes to talking about when you are asked to talk when you are asked to give a short summary of 70-50 words of a story. Have a lovely day.